was this one day, and it was raining outside, and I was just like, man, no one even sees these flyers. Like, there needs to be a more efficient way for the flyers that I post to get to the eyes of the people who are in my club. And I thought of the idea. I was like, you know, why isn't there an app that mobilizes the whole flyer experience? There should be an app that allows students to subscribe to the clubs that they're in and get notifications and announcements sent straight to their phone. So from then on, you know, I just dedicated my entire year to actually making that dream and that vision a reality. I definitely learned a lot throughout that year. And I also got a lot of support, which was really good. So, you know, one word to describe me would definitely be dreamer. Like, I have huge dreams, and I would never compromise that for anybody. In this day and age, people will always try and tell you that you need to be realistic. Think about it. At some point in time, Prairie View was unrealistic. At some point in time, driving in a car was unrealistic. But there needs to be someone who has that vision and someone who's a pioneer and a visionary to actually make those things happen. So yeah, I'm a dreamer and I own it. One phrase that describes me, I would definitely say is, I go for the gold. Like, I have the ability to have a vision and I can also see the steps in order to make it work. So no matter what happens, other people may doubt me, but I will never doubt me because I know that I will never quit. And that's just who I've always been, but in starting this in particular, I have a new perspective of why I should never quit, and that's because I realized that at this point, I'm making history. And when I say I don't mean like just me, I mean everyone who is a part of it, the entire movement, we're making history. This moment right now is history. Like, there has never been a young black female who has been supported by another young black female in the tech industry. That has never happened. This is a historical moment right now, and I'm so happy that you guys are actually here, because the reason that you're here is for a reason that you may not even be able to know yet, and it's a reason where I may not even be able to see yet. But the fact that you're here right now says something about you, and it says something about the future that you're meant to have and the message that you're meant to hear. So yeah, like, this is a historical moment. And another thing is that just in the tech industry in general, like, there's just not enough black people. Like, I'll just throw that out there. It's not enough black people making noise. There's not enough females making noise. I have 26 tattoos. I know you can't see them, but I have 26 tattoos. And even in the business industry, you know, tattoos and piercings, dreadlocks, the color of your skin, these are all things that throughout your life people tell you will keep you from being successful. But in all honesty, none of that matters. It doesn't matter, because if you actually do the work that you're meant to do and you actually believe in yourself, you will see that it doesn't matter. And I know that the world that we live in now, it's shaped as if it does matter, but it's these moments in which we are supporting each other that is contributing to the future that we want to have. So I'm not just doing this for black people. I'm not just doing this for females. I'm doing this for everybody. I'm doing this for anyone who feels like there are walls up against them from making them whatever they want to get. Because everyone in this room deserves to make millions of dollars. And I know that I'm going to get it. And I know that you all have the power to get it as well. So that's why I'm here, because I really want you guys to know that. But the only way that it's going to happen for any of us is if we allow ourselves to be the change that we want to see in the world. You know, a lot of things have been happening in our culture, and there are a lot of causes that there are a lot of problems in our culture that we are fighting against. But in order to actually make a change, you don't only need to fight against problems, you need to contribute to the solution. And supporting your brother and your sister, supporting someone else who may not even be the same race as you, supporting someone else who's not the same race as you, is contributing to the world that you want to live in. So we all have to be that example, and this is a perfect opportunity to be that example. This is a rare moment because we've all been brought up to believe certain things. We have all been taught since birth to believe in, there are 3 lies that I really thought of. And these are complete lies. We have all been brought up to believe them. So the first lie that we've all been brought up to believe is that where you come from actually defines you. So can you all just say, where I'm from doesn't define me?
Where I'm from doesn't define me.
It doesn't define you at all. You know, some of you may have grown up without a father, without a mother. Some of you may have grown up with both your parents, but they don't support you. Some of you grew up and people told you things. They told you couldn't be this, you couldn't be that. They told you that you have to do exactly what I did. None of that matters, because from this moment on, you have the choice to make the decision you want to make for your life. This is your life. And don't ever think that just because someone brought you into this world, or someone held your hand, or someone supported you 10 years ago, your friends from back home, don't ever think that you have to be obligated to make them proud, because this is your life. So you always have to put you first, and you always have to remember that where you come from does not define you at all. The second lie that they told us, and I hope you all take this the right way. I feel like there may be some people who are infuriated by this statement. There may be some people who are intimidated. But I'm looking for the people who will be inspired by this statement. The second lie that they taught us is that we are a minority. So can you all just say, I am not a minority?
I am not a minority.
And I'm going to tell you why you're not a minority. Apparently, whites are the majority in this country, right? Because they are about 64% of the entire population. But they don't all come from the same place. They don't all come from the same area. What is white? White is not an ethnicity. There is Irish, there's Norwegian. There are all these different places, and yes, if they come together, they become the majority. Which is why we have this mindset that we are a minority, because we are separated. We separate ourselves, light skin, dark skin. We separate ourselves from our, Spanish brothers and sisters who are also brown skinned. We separate ourselves all the time. But if we were to come together, we actually wouldn't be the minority. And if we were to separate them, they actually wouldn't be the majority. Because in all honesty, if you want to talk about ethnicity, African Americans, we are the third largest ethnicity in this entire country. But we don't have that mindset. Being a minority is a mindset that if you want to be successful, you have to knock that down. You are not a minority. There's more of you than you think. And if we all come together, we can be as powerful as any other race could be. And the third lie is that, and this comes from the second lie. The third lie is that there's not enough room for all of us. And that's what really holds us back. Because we look at each other as competition more than our companions. We say that, oh, if there's one black female who makes it in the tech industry, there can't possibly be another one, because there's only room for one person to make that difference. And that's a lie. If there can be 10 techies, I'm sorry, let's say 100, that's actually more realistic. If there can be 100 techies who have glasses, dark hair, blue-collar shirts, all went to Stanford, all went to Harvard, and they're all the same, they all look the same, talk the same, act the same, they all have the same friends, then why wouldn't there be enough room for us? We have to stop looking at each other as competition. We have to come together and we have to support one another. That's the third lie, that there's not enough room for all of us. Can all you guys say, there is enough room for all of us?
There is enough room for all of us.
100%. There's always going to be enough room for all of us. All we have to do is believe that and believe in ourselves and believe in our power when we come together and we support one another. So, in order to live in that world that we want to live in, where race doesn't matter, where your outer appearance doesn't matter, where you can be someone who has dreadlocks and be taken seriously in the business world. You can be someone who has piercings and be taken seriously in the business world, where odds won't define you. You have to be the example. The only way that you can be the exception is if you be the example. So it's in these moments right now where it defines who you are and what you're actually working towards, because there are three types of people in this room right now. There are people who already downloaded the app. There are people who are downloading it right now before the speech is over. And there are people who will never download it at all. So what world are you contributing to? Because if you're not contributing to the solution, you're contributing to the problem. If you're not supporting us coming together as a community, then you're supporting us continuously being segregated, continuously having this mindset that we are a minority, that we always have to compete against each other. We have to come together, we have to support one another in order for us to be the change that we want to see in the world. So, you know what? This is already a historical moment. I know some people just came in here. Like I was saying, this has never happened before, where a young black female in the tech industry has been supported by another black HBCU. This is a historical moment. But I just believe that we can make even more history right now in this moment There's probably about 15 people in here total. I wonder how many of you have already downloaded it. How many of you right now want to take the leap and step forward and contribute to the world that you want to see, the world that you want to be in? Because if you support someone else, you support yourself. And that's what all these other races understand that we have not yet fully grasped. But this is the opportunity right now to be that change, and to be that future, and to contribute to that future. So you know what? If you've already downloaded the app, stand up. I would love to see you stand up and own it. Own the fact that, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you stand up? You've already contributed to it. If you have an Android but you wouldn't download it, you can stand up. The whole point is that you believe in the future that you want to contribute to. It's Black History Month right now, but here's the thing. They don't want you to focus on making history. They want you to focus on the history that already happened. But we can still make history in this very moment. We are making history. That's what Black History Month should be about. It should be about us uplifting one another and making history in this moment. We don't have to compete. We can be companions. That's what this moment is about. It's about us supporting one another. It's about us standing up for what you believe in. It's 2015. If you don't want to be judged, stand up for what you believe in. So you know what? This moment has been historical. I'm so glad that you guys were the people who were here. I feel like someone in this audience got something out of this, for sure. If you want to be a part of this movement further, you can feel free to come to me at the end of the meeting. You can sign up. We have sign-up sheets. We have T-shirts, as you can see. You can be a part of this movement because this is what it's all about. And you know, this isn't just a team. It's not a journey. It's a ride to the top because we're not going to stop. This is our second journey. We are literally talking to another school tomorrow. And this has all happened. The app launched in October. So this is the beginning. We're not going to stop. So either you're going to be a part of the ride, and I would love for all of you to be a part of it, but either you're going to be a part of it or you're going to be the person that we're riding by. Because we're going to the top, and we're going to make it to that world. We're going to defy all the odds. We're going to be the exception. We're going to be the example. Because we believe that that's what the world is ready for. So thank you very much, Prairie View. I hope that all of you actually move forth and you download the app. I also hope that all of you take what was said today and you apply it to your life and you realize that the odds, your past, it doesn't have to define your future at all. You can still move forward and achieve your dreams. Thank you.